George Bernard Shaw famously said that the single biggest problem with communications is the illusion that it has occurred, that it has happened. And man, nobody could have been more correct than George Bernard Shaw. Look, a lot of you that are in my world, in my orbit, are business owners, or you're either starting up a business, or you've got a business, or you're growing a business. We've all heard this idea that content is king. And I know that most of you work very hard to put good content out, whether it's video content or a podcast or written content or email newsletters. And, you know, if you think, if you're sending your emails out to 3 or 5 or 7,000 people in your email list, do you think that those emails are all getting through? Do you know how many of them are ending up in the spam folder or in the promotions tab? And nobody even sees your emails in the first place? Email deliverability is a big problem today. If you're putting posts on Facebook Live, or is the algorithm showing stuff to your friends and your family and the people in your feed? If you don't have, if you're not getting through, it's entirely possible you're wasting your time. You might create great videos. I've experienced this. You write great videos and you post them on YouTube, and are people even finding you in the news feed? When people do a search on YouTube, you got to realize YouTube is connected to Google. Are people even finding your videos in the first place? I know what it's like. You really hard to say, man, if people just watch, I want to put together a great video. If people watch this, they really know how much value I have to help them improve their life, improve their business, improve their conditions. You know what? You put this great video together, you get 17 people watch it. And most of them aren't even watching it all the way to the end. Or maybe you're making good video and you're putting it in front of people, in front of their channels. And all of a sudden a bright, shiny object comes along and people get distracted. Look, we live in a world, we live in an attention economy. Everybody's fighting for attention. Everybody's fighting for your clients' attention. And on top of that, people just have busy lives. These are some really big, really serious issues. And so, the problem is your email is probably ending up in spam or the promotion tab. It's not getting delivered, or it's getting, your email is one of, 800, emails that came in this week with them. Okay. So the problem is you're working hard to create great content that's invisible. People aren't even watching it. And so there's the tech hurdles and there's the human hurdles. And so what's the solution to all this? Do you need to yell louder? I asked my coach, Taki Moore, a couple of years ago, I said, how do you get people's attention in a noisy world? He said most people would say yell louder. But he said, whisper the right words in the right ear at the right time to demonstrate, I get your problem better than you get your problem. See, here's the thing is we got to cut through the noise. We got to talk to people's emotional hot buttons. We need to have headlines that pull in. We got to communicate a big idea and do it fast. And when you do this, you will cut through the noise with a more potent message. When you do this, when you can hit on people's emotional hot buttons, people will perk up. I've had some struggles with all this stuff. Recently, I made a mistake. I changed my CRM software about a year ago to Go High Level, and I didn't know that I was sending out emails that were not getting delivered. They were all going directly into people's spam folder, and it took me a long time to figure out how to fix it. And it was a problem. I also had a lot of problems. I had 5,000 friends on Facebook, and I found some software that could run. And I found out that only like 7% of my people were engaging with my software. So one of the things I did is I unfriended a lot of disengaged people which made room for more people to be engaged with my content. So look, I know this to be true. When you can fix these problems, um, what happens to your audience is out there saying, nobody understands me. In their mind, this is their thought. Nobody understands me. Nobody understands the problem I'm going through. And when you nail your messaging and you nail your deliverability, when you can nail the emotional hot buttons, you can shift them from nobody understands me to finally someone understands me. And that person could be you. And that's the reason that they're going to hire you. So look, um, there's a lot of issues in your communication, and you want to make sure that your communication is being received. Again, the single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it's happened. One of the biggest ways you can get your communication to cut through the noise is to identify your ideal customers' emotional hot buttons. And I'm offering something right now. I never do anything like this, but I'm going to do a 1 hour session. Anybody wants to sign up, 1 hour session for $100, and we will sit down and map out your emotional hot buttons. I will show you how to extract those emotional hot buttons. I will show you how to communicate those emotional hot buttons and deliver those emotional hot buttons in a way that perks up people's attention so that people go, wow, you understand me, you get me, I want to work with you. All right, if this is something you're interested in, if you're interested in figuring out what are your customers' hot buttons or refining your customers' hot buttons and communicating them more powerfully and more effectively, just write the word in the comments below, hot buttons, and or private message me with hot buttons. And I'm just doing this for a short time for a limited number of people. So if you want the help's available. Type hot buttons below, and let's help you shift from having the illusion of communication, actually having real communication, powerful communication, persuasive communication that's desirable communication. This is Joe Nikoski, your business mentor, EmployeeEscapePlan.com, and business. I've been helping entrepreneurs reinvent themselves since 1999. I've helped over 4,000 people in over 400 industries, and I can help you. Would you like to be next? Reach out. God bless you. Have an amazing day.